Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Arise with Elite for Tay Games. On the last episode, we were exploring Lenegis, our place in the sky where some of the Renans live, because we were trying to find the Forbidden Zone where we were hoping to find some information on the Renus Alma as well as maybe Shion's Thorns and a way to heal those. However, as we got into the Forbidden Zone, we started seeing visions of what looked to be Nayori's past, Nayori being the maiden who helped Alphen in his ceremony that he did, as well as some stuff that had to do with thorns and stuff. We also got attacked by Faria, who looked like she'd been brainwashed. Yeah, it was a whole thing. And yeah, that's about everything, really. We decided that we need to go on further ahead, but we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So it seemed like a point of no return kind of deal. So last time I said that I probably wasn't going to go downstairs, so I haven't actually gone back. I might use one pineapple gel. There we go. Because I'm not going to go back. And I will use a peach gel on Rinwell. And I think we should be fine to go ahead. I think we should be okay. So, Lego! If I end up not having enough stuff, then we can always go back. I have this save file, so let's go!
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's Thorns. As well as my own past, I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
The only way is forward.
I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that.
Okay, what did that do? What did that do? Does that mean I just can't fast travel back now, or... No, I can still fast travel places. Okay. I thought it would just take me onward, but I guess we're just gonna go. I guess that was just the game warning us. Oh well, let's go. I'm kind of scared, but we're gonna do it. It's fine. Okay, okay. Is that a Healy? No. I think that's just a wart. Okay, cool. This isn't intimidating at all. Every little thing is making me...
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
I was about to say, that definitely looks familiar. I guess we're not allowed to go the other way. Let's go this way.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Okay. Well, this is interesting. We have a skit here, the Forbidden Zone.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How did they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
Yeah, like, this is a whole research facility. you wouldn't expect a sovereign to be able to run all of this, so I guess it must be in disuse now. But that must mean it was used for something at some point. I mean, we saw people lying in these kind of things, right? In Alphen's past? Because they're like beds almost. Oh, we can look at one of them. An operating table. Many subjects undoubtedly never came back alive from their operations on this. Oh, operating table. Right, experimentation. Makes sense. And then these things... I don't know, I feel like they're kind of pods that you could put people in. Again, experimentation and all that. They've got plants there as well, so they were clearly not operating, experimenting on those as well. And there's these kind of screens here. And then these big long tubes. Yeah, this is so interesting. Huh. And then we can go around this way. I'm avoiding plot for this second. I just want to see what everything else here is. So it's a lot of operating tables. And then this is that map of Lenegis showing where we are. Oh, okay, so we're up near the top. Interesting. I'm guessing anyway. Oh, wow. Okay. This is so cool. Alright, alright. So if we head back over here, it wants us to look at this thing, right? Why do I feel like a person was in here at some point? Maybe us?
I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renin citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renins are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They've re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign, and Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
This is so interesting. I thought Volron might be another subject of the experimentation, possibly. He must have somehow found out that Alpha was also subject to the experimentation. Maybe he came here and saw that name and then went down to Dana, became one of the lords, and was looking specifically for Alphen? Possibly. Anyway, we have a skit here, toying with lives.
Only 2 Sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah. We wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
I'm sure he will. He's got his friends by him. Alright, let's read through some of these things. Select a topic to explore. Oh, interesting. Lords. Each crown contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer and its corresponding master core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. That's obviously why Dohalim was forced to be one. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Interesting, because we killed 4 of them. No, well, 3.5? Where is Volron? We don't know. Okay, let's read about the Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. The following is a report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test Subject Experimentation. Test Subject number 10105, given name Volron, Generation NA, Unique Adjustment Index, Ethnicity NA. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. Alright. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure. Successful failure? And is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Okay, so he didn't sleep for 300 years like Alpha did. Okay. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Interesting. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Ah, I see. Interesting. Okay, we can exit that one. Let's go ahead and read this one. So we've got the Sovereign, the Maiden, and exit. Okay, so Sovereign first. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis's central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. Oh, interesting. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left untouched. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. Right, so they've not done any experimentation because Volron was a success, right? How about the Maiden? The Maiden acts as the Sovereign's support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral energy it lacks in tandem with the Renas Alma. Right, okay, so because the Sovereign has to have all 5 of the ones that you'd find on Dana, because they're Danan, they don't have the dark astral energy, so the Maiden has to have the dark astral energy, and if the dark astral energy goes out of control, it gains sentience, thus becoming thorns. I'm guessing? This is what I'm gathering from what we've been told so far anyway. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the ability of stability in each subjects. Okay! Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Makes sense. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Well, duh. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Oh yeah, because obviously Alpha lost control after Naori was affected by the thorns, right? Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and return to its original household. Oh, okay. That's curious. Who was the current subject? Because obviously Shion has Maiden powers, but if They were testing on Volrun. They must have had some sort of a maiden to test with him. Alright. Master Cores. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these Master Cores, those with earth, water, wind, fire, and light, are loaned to Renin lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath the Master Core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the Crown Contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. Right, okay, so like the lords were able to use their cores there, and yeah, the Master Cores when they were fighting against us because, you know, life or death. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that Master Cores may resonate with other Master Cores located in close proximity and become unstable, which is what we saw in Cisladen when Ganabel stabbed Zephyr. I forgot his name for a second there, oops. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renis Alma, all Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the Crown Contest will be permanently halted. That's interesting, considering they're still doing the Crown Contest. Okay, how about Spirit Cores? Spirit Cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Right, yeah, Spirit Cores are the things that we saw on the Danan's hands, and that we sometimes see on Zeugles, yeah. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. Yeah, okay. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the Crown Contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that Spirit Cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit Cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. I see. So that's how they figured out that slavery would work best, I guess. How about Lenegus? A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Renis Alma within the central control of Lenegus. Oh, is that what the ceremony was for? It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones. Okay, hold on. It is comprised of classified and essential personnel It is comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit, along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as a stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. So they expected it, they just didn't actually design it better. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. What, so you didn't expect to get to the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony? Until that phase, Lenegus serves as a central base of operations for the management and execution of the Crown Contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Well, that's fine. We have level 2. It's fine. Detachable Harvester. A massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegus's conduit from which it separates. That's the wedge. Upon landing in Dana waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm. The lights. Well, we already have the spell. Not the lights. Efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. This accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegus. Because construction and adjustment takes place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegis' outer area must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-automatically, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. So, this is when Alphen... Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because whatever happened with him happened. Huh. Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. Okay. This is so curious. Wow, we're learning a lot here. Okay. Sedative Mask. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. That's what Alphen was wearing the entire time. Oh. However, doing so is not recommended as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. I'm sure we already know what those are going to be. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegis, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. So they don't make them anymore, but it was a sedative mask that Alphen was wearing the entire time. Okay. Brainwashing Report. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subject number 10105 serves as the realm's current Lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it has done so by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness on population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key to this style of rule. Once a subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labour. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegis who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. So that's why there were brainwashed soldiers around here. And that's exactly what Volram was using. Oh, wow. We are learning so much. Okay, I don't think there's actually anything else in this room. It would show up with a little dot. So I guess we'll head over the other way and head further in. Man, we learned a lot from those, though. My goodness, they are giving us so much information now. Oh, man, my questions are slowly being answered. Oh, hello. A couple of rooms over here. What's in this little room first? Oh, is this where... This is where we started in the dream. Yeah, because I looked at that a couple of times. Okay. Oh, I don't want to pick up the life balls. Okay, I'll leave them there. So what's this? A room unchanged over 3 centuries. It's like time itself has stopped here. Yeah, it looks exactly the same. Which is so interesting. Oh, and we weren't allowed in that room when we came here before because the soldier was standing right at the door. I wouldn't let us in, but this room we were allowed into. We were talking to people in here. I remember this room. I'm sure Alphen does as well. Let me just, yoink. Grape gel, ooh. Should I be worried? Perhaps. Ooh, hello. It's equipment for monitoring subjects. It probably had a failure disposal mechanism as well. Probably. Failure disposal puts me on edge a little bit, but okay. Failure disposal. A notice. The area will now be shut down as the project proceeds to the final phase. Okay, so I guess Volram was their successful success. And now they're planning on doing whatever it was that they were going to do with Alphen back in the day before he failed. You see lots of numbers. Looks like logs of alignment between subject and Lenegis proper. Interesting. Okay. This is so curious. That wasn't anything, was it? No, okay. Right, let's head on towards the lift and go further upstairs, shall we?
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alfin. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alfin escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
It must have been a really difficult decision for her to make, with the risk being 90%, you know? But he survived. All because of that decision that she made. That's a lot. Anyway, I guess we'll continue on and try and make sure that we can repair. This is so cool though. I'm having so much fun. Okay. Oh, that looks a bit like the wedge. Ever so slightly. That reminds me of the wedge. That door. Okay. I don't like this room. I don't like this room at all. Okay, there's a couple of ways that we could go. Let's go over these ways first. Oh, items! Hello! Yoink! Heavy treat. Okay, I guess there's a fight coming. Oh man. The game is so kind to us. Is there nothing in here? I guess they just did it for symmetry. Okay. Alright, let's continue on then. It looks like the door to the wedge. So this must be where the ceremony takes place.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just... Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories
is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No. The truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Okay, we got another emblem. Latest Maiden. The latest member in a 300-year-long line of maidens, Shion intends to use her powers to confront the destruction looming over Dana. And we got the Sodale Arthalis, a sword given to the chosen sovereign that draws out all of their latent powers to carry out the spirit channeling ceremony. And the Gam Arthalis, a ceremonial garb given to the chosen sovereign, granting them the endurance to withstand the immense power of the spirit channeling ceremony. We also got the Laze Fiarquis. Sorry, I'm trying. Ceremonial guard given to the chosen maiden, capable of interfering with astral energy. It's worn to contain the sovereign's power. Oh my god. A lot just happened. First of all, that table has the maiden symbol on it, so that's fun. Second of all, that skit was just so heartwarming, as well as the scene that came before it. Just, oh, my heart. Third of all, why did we get plot outfit? Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I love this game. Okay, let's just quickly... Oh my god, we got plot outfits. I kind of love them. I don't know, I kind of prefer Shion's old outfit, or at least the hair anyway, because the feathered hairpiece is just a lot. I will keep her hairpiece on, of course, because, you know, plot, but... we'll just give her a hat. But yeah, that's her costume, which is very pretty. I do like it. The feathers are a lot, but yeah. And then we got this one for Alphen. I think it's cute that they're wearing each other's colours a bit. Like, she was wearing all red before, and he was wearing bits of blue, but now they're wearing each other's colours. That's cute. Oh man. I'd kind of thought that they were going to get new outfits because of the opening that we saw just after we defeated Voron and the Red Woman appeared. They showed us a second opening, which has been the opening to the game since then. Like, whenever you turn on the game, the opening plays. Before, it used to be the first opening, which we saw just after we defeated Bossif, I think? But then it changed to the second one after Voron. And it's been that since. And because of the outfits that they wear in that one, I thought we might get them in the game, and now we've got them, so that's fun. Oh man, this is so cool. Anyway, we've got a skit here. The Woman with No Walls.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right. A truly caring person.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The ones separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
That's very sweet. Yeah, we're definitely gonna carry out her will, as long as it's saving the world anyway. The pedestal where the Redis Alba sat 300 years ago. Now it gives off no trace of power. Fair. So, yeah, this really looks like, you know the hole patterns? It looks so much like the wedge. It looks really like the wedge. I only know because I made that comment about the wedge having gross, like, trypophobia holes. Anyway. I guess we're just gonna head on out. Although it says go further into the Forbidden Zone still. I think we're in the Forbidden Zone as deeply as we can be, but okay. Okay, our outfits are pretty snazzy. I do like the new outfits. I just find it funny that we have new outfits. Alright. So now what? Now where do we go? Do we just go back? There was nowhere else to— oh, no, there was another— oh, there was another room. There was another door. I didn't see the door. It's over there. I'm just dumb. It was right there. It was right there. I'm blind. Oh, cool. I guess we're going further up then? Oh, I hate that door. I hate that door a lot. Oh, I really don't like this weird trypophobia hole aesthetic. It's gross. Okay.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Well, this is interesting. Okay. Let's have a look at the skit here. A Strange Manor.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place, it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
God, I love this party. Okay, well, I think we're actually going to stop there for today. This is a bit of a cliffhanger, sorry, but like, I don't know how much there's going to be, and we're about at time. So hi, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Feel free to let me know down below what you thought of everything that happened, including plot clothes, lots of secret reveals, talking. Yeah, if you have any thoughts, feel free to let us know down below if you feel like it. I'm having a time. Next time, I guess we'll see what the Forbidden Zone depths hold. Yeah, but for now, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you have a great day, night, or whatever the time it is for you. And I will see you next time.